All right, step 5. All we need is contract data. So futures contracts for the S&P 500, which we're going to use to adjust the beta of our portfolio, come in 4 styles. There's a March contract, and it's designated as the H contract. There's a June contract, which is the M contract, a U contract, which is September, and a Z contract, which is December. The H contract, or the March contract, you can use to adjust a portfolio for December, January, and February. Since the contract comes due in the middle of March, well, actually, the third Thursday, I believe, in March, or maybe it's the third Friday. You don't want to use a March contract for any kind of hedging or beta adjustments of portfolio in March. Okay, you want to get, most people will just close out their contracts, and then once you're done with the month, in other words, for March, you would actually use the M contract, which is June. So you'd use it for March, April, and May would be the June contract. You get rid of the June contract, and then you use the September contract for for July, for June, July, and August, and then the December contract for September, October, November, and then you go back to the March contract for the December beta adjustment for December of your evaluation year. So let's go and get the data first. There's a link on Blackboard under assignment 3. This is where you'll find the videos posted once I get the videos completed. We're just going to go to the futures data. We're just going to use the search function here, and what we're looking for is going to be ESH 2015. So ES is the E-mini contract, H tells you it's the March contract, and then 2015 is the year. All right, and we want the, see, it's the ES for 2015. So the March contract for 2015, we'll just click on that. And then we're going to go ahead and download as an Excel file. And I'm going to go ahead and open the file. We'll go ahead and enable the editing. Now you'll see here 2015-03-20, that was when the contract ended. So March 20th of 2015, the contract is closed. You can see here that the volume decreases significantly as you kind of get closer and closer to the end of the contract. Now the idea here again is on the first day of the month, at the open, you start, you use that contract to adjust the beta of the portfolio. You hold those contracts throughout the month, and then on the last day of the month, you're going to close those contracts out. To open them, you go long, you buy the contract, and to close them, you buy a short. So the two contracts cancel each other out, and you're free to go. So we need some data out of this, but not all the data. We're going to start on January 1st. So this is the first contract that I'm interested in. So I'm just going to highlight that, Control C to copy it, and come over to my, well, there's 2 ways to do this. I put in an ES reference tab where you can copy the data over and then delete it. I'm just going to go ahead, if you want to do it that way, that's fine. I'm just going to go ahead and drop the data in without any underlying referencing. So let's go, I've already copied it, I'm going to Control V it. Maybe I haven't copied it yet. Anyway, I'm highlighting the first day of January, Control C to copy, and then come over to my tab, Control V to paste. We'll just open that guy up a little bit. I'm going to move it down one. Let's get the header information over here too. That'll make it easier to follow everything. I'm going to pull that first, Control C to copy, and then Control V to paste. All right, so make sure you're starting this on the second line. Your data starts on the second line. That way, over the year, everything will line up, and then when the automated grading comes in and grades your stuff, it'll be picking up the correct reference points. I'm going to go ahead and under the View tab and freeze my panes. That way, as we move down farther, we'll be able to see what everything is. All right, so that's the first day of the month. Now I need the last day of January. So here's my 2001 30th. And this is where I'm going to close my contracts out. Control C to copy. And then I'm going to come back over and I'm going to paste. So that's January taken care of. Now I want to use this same contract for February. So I want the first day of February. Control C to copy. Control V to paste. And then the last day of February. Right here. Control C to copy. And then we Control V to paste. All right, now I'm into March, and I can't use the H contract in March because it's not gonna cover the entire month. And volume drops down, which means it's difficult for me, more difficult to open and close my position. All right, let's keep on going. So next step is to go and get some additional data. I'm just going to exit this, and then we're going to go back to the same site. We're going to do our search. Now we want ES, and the next contract is the June, so that's M, and then of 2015. Give it a second to pull the data, and then we're going to go ahead and click on that one. We'll download it as an Excel file. Just open it up. Hopefully it's going to open for me. Sometimes Excel gets a little kooky. Let me, I'm not using this one anymore, so I'll just exit that. There we go. We'll enable our editing. And now we want March, April, and May. So we want the first day of March, which is right here. And then we'll paste. Then we want the last day of March. The 31st. Control C. Now, a couple of questions you might ask yourself. Well, if the June contract is trading in January, February, March, April, May, June, why not just use the June contract? So then I can hedge out 5 months using one contract position. And the answer is liquidity. The trading volume in these, until the H contract is getting too short, most people are going to trade in the H contract. In fact, you can see here, this is, well, let's just take the February 1st one, for example. The volume is actually fairly low, and this represents the open interest. And you can see that it ramps up really quickly, so that by the end of the month, it's what, 1.6 million contracts, 2.6 million open interest, where obviously there's nothing available on the other one. So you want to always try and stay outside of the low volume, low liquidity contracts. And this whole process that we're doing here is called stack and roll. So we create our beta adjustment position, and then as we move forward in the contracts, we get rid of the old contract. We roll into the new one. So everything is stacked up, and we just roll between the contracts. And that's a pretty typical process in the market. So this is the last day of February. Oh, see, I already got that one. So we went the first day of March, or I'm sorry, the first day of April. I got my months off a little bit here. And then we went the last day of April. April 30th. Control C and Control V. And then I'll do the May one as well. First day of May. Control C. And then we're going to go to the last day of May. And at that point, we're ready for the next contract. All right, so we don't make sure you get the right date here. Be careful on your copying and your pasting and getting the right data. You'll notice in all these classes, we spend a lot of time collecting data. It's something that just has to be done. Businesses are becoming more and more data driven. And yeah, it's quite possible to write a macro that'll actually go out to the website, ask for the particular contract, automatically download the contract, bring it in, pull out the first and last day of every month and put it into a sheet. So that is absolutely a possibility for people to work on. All right, so the last thing I'm going to do here in this video is just show one more time. I want the next contract. So that's EAS, and the September contract is U. And then again for 2015. You might want to write down these, H, M, and U in the Z contract. Just for your own reference. So it's the ESU contract. We'll just go ahead and take a look at it. And then you'll, again, just like we did last time, we'll go ahead and download the data. So rather than continue on with somewhat of a boring process of showing you to copy and paste material again, what I'm going to do is pause the video. I'm going to go ahead and fully populate everything. Actually, I'll just end the video. I'm going to go ahead and fully populate everything. And at the end of it, I want you to do a sort. So we want the most recent data at the bottom, the oldest data at the bottom and the newest data at the top. So I'm going to sort the data, and I'll do it in the next video that comes up. All right. So that's the process. You're going to ask for, we got the September contract, then we need the December contract of 2015, and then you'll actually need the to do December, you need the H contract of 2016, okay, to carry it through all the way. All right, well, that's it, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, bye.